Hi, Steffi here from The Makers, and I'm going to show you today how to use a reverse felting needle. That's quite a strange concept, to use a reverse felting needle, because you have been making everything nice and firm only to plug it kind of apart again, but also not. And I'm going to demo this on the koala bear, which is the July 2023 Makers Box subscription, and I'm going to go straight onto the overhead camera so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, because it is quite a subtle effect. So bear with me. Right, so you've got your koala here. Now one side has been used by stabbing the reverse felting needle into it, and the other side has not been done. But to give it a more comprehensive and clearer look, I'm going to show you this now with a random purple ball that I have made earlier. Now inside that purple ball is in fact the seashell shimmer, and your reverse needle, if you can't identify it, you'll soon know which one it is, because if you stick it into the needle, it goes in really smooth, and then to pull it out you've got to pull really quite hard. So this is how the reverse felting needle works, and it is just like with any felting needle. You've got to go in and out consistently to pull now the lighter fibers that are inside that shape out. It can be a little bit disconcerting because this is a fine reverse needle, which you will be using on the koala, because we're just trying to get a very subtle fluffy surface and sort of a slight multicolored surface going. It can be disconcerting if you are using a coarse one, because it really does pull out a lot of the wool on the inside, and that can mean that you're sort of almost completely disintegrating your make. So it needs to be felted down really well and solidly, which we are telling you in the koala instructions if you are making this from our Makers box. But what you can see is you get sort of a wisp of a different color surface coming to the top, and here I've done a little bit more on that side, but it's a consistent pull instead of stab. So it's the opposite way that these little notches at the end of the needle are at the tip of the needle, and you get that reverse effect of needle felting, which basically means you are pulling the fibers away from each other rather than pushing them towards each other. And let's have a look how this in practice works on the koala. When you're doing this, you do this all over the body, but I'm just doing it on this part here where the koala has been felted down, and you're literally just pulling the lighter grey fibers out. Now it's a very, on the koala, it's a very subtle effect, which is why I thought I'd show it to you on a more contrasting colour, but you will definitely get that idea that you're making something really fluffy whilst it's already properly felted down quite solidly. And when would you use this? Well, sometimes you want to give sort of the impression of a wire-haired look. If you're making a dog or something similar, then that's a really good idea. The rule is, therefore, you don't have to worry about this on the koala if you're making it from our Makers box, but in general, if you want to use this needle again, is to have the color that you want to come out on the surface. You have to have that in the center of your felted project. And so it looks as if it hasn't been felted down very well, but it has indeed been felted down, because all these wispy bits that are here now, these are the ones that I'm pulling out with the reverse felting needle. You can trim them. Sometimes you may have to take sort of just the top layer off, but this is basically how you're using your reverse felting needle, and I hope that that has been a useful thing to watch. So I hope that this has been of good information, and do share with us what you're making, and of course if you need any more help, then do get in touch, and we're only happy to help. Bye! Sorry, wrong end screen. End screen coming now!